Team A, Team B are the Cardinals, and Team C are going to be the A's. Tony Torsia is our hitting instructor, also handles our catching. Jay Murphy is one of our infield coaches.
The lines don't matter.
Rod Delmonico, former coach at the University of Tennessee, now at Florida State, and Rod handles our infield and base running. Andre Rabowin, 35 years of professional baseball experience as a player and a pitching coach. He is involved in our pitching instruction. Travis Wilcox, a former assistant equipment manager with the Detroit Tigers. Jeff Brueggemann, 6 years as a professional pitcher. He's handling our pitching as well as being my assistant in directing the camp. My name is Rick Dell. I'm the Director of Baseball Operations for Major League Baseball in Asia. Remember, work on your first move, your drop step. Today is August the 14th. Go! And we are at Wuxi Sports Center at the baseball stadium. Our second week and our second day of the MLB Youth Academy in China. It's gonna be hot today. My take on China in baseball, when I walk into the stadium here every morning and get off the bus and come into the stadium, my take is that, you know, baseball is an on thing here, that it's developing, it's great, guys are into it. I know that Jim Lefevre and Bruce Hurst are doing an outstanding job with the national team.
Yeah.
And now we're working, probably coming from the other direction, in a more grassroots type level, getting baseball into the school system, and then working here on the first National Youth Academy, where we're getting players from all over the country, bringing them to a central location. And what you've got to do is you've got to get them interested, keep them interested, let them have fun, and let the best come out on them. Let me have the Golden Tigers here for a minute. Golden Tigers. This group here is a special group, special research project. They're called the Golden Tigers. This is the future of Chinese baseball right here.
Baby Ruth, Megan Manor, Hank Aaron, Johnny Bear,
Brad Davidson,
Cal Ripken, Ted Williams,
Yogi Berra, Willie Mays.
They're going to go. We're developing baseball.
Quickness. We're working on quickness of feet and transfer of the ball from the glove to the hand. There you go. Way to go, Mr. Wong. Well, I see some raw talent, tools-wise. They need to learn how to play from the heart a little more, and it's only because they haven't had enough game experience. We're going to throw ground balls, and we want to make the tag when we field it.
接到球以后做一个触杀的动作。
They know how to execute the swing, and they have an idea on fielding and throwing. But, you know, when it comes game time, you have to play from the heart a little bit. And then what you know mechanically comes to the forefront, and you can execute a little better.
Quiet. Never been to China. I've been to Chinatown in San Francisco and New York. I don't know if that counts, but this is like a huge Chinatown that just never stops. Throw longer distances. They have to back it up. It's a real challenge working with 13 to 15-year-olds, but it's also very rewarding. It's kind of going back to the basics. This drill is getting real good at it. She's trying to keep the base, just learn to catch and throw and hit. If you can teach them those three things, all the rest will come. We've zoomed in on the right age group. If you can hit that 12, 13-year-old group and teach them the fundamentals, by the time they become 16, 17, 18, they're going to be a real group of players.
The whole thing we're trying to do right now is to get them to move their feet as outfielders, go, and to work on coming through the baseball, because a lot of kids at every age, go, like to stay back and let the ball come to them instead of them going to get the ball. Now, guys, what we're going to do is fly ball. I don't see anything different than the kids that we see in the United States. The young kids wanting to learn about the game, wanting to understand fundamentals, wanting to improve, make it fun, try to show them the essential things that they'll need to be good baseball players, and build off of it each day.
I think one of the things that you have to do is you have to do what you say you're going to do. You know, if you say you're going to come and you're going to run an academy, or you say you're going to come and do something, that you have to do it. And that's where you develop trust. It's about getting out every day, waking up, and giving these kids a Cooperstown edition. There's a lot of people here that want to play the game. Ready to go, third base? It's our job to promote it. It's our job to develop coaches, and it's our job to develop players. All right, we're going to do a drill now called the monkey drill.
OK， 我们现在要做猴子练习。
We're going to have a pitcher here on the mound throwing this way. We're going to have another pitcher over here. We're going to have another pitcher over there.
3个投手，一个在这，一个在那，一个在这。
We're working on covering first. We're going to hit the ball to first baseman. He's going to pitch it to the pitcher underhand, covering first base.
I'm going to hit a ground ball to the pitcher. He's going to turn around, crow hop, throw to second base, hopefully get a double play out of it.
I'm doing third base.
Perfect.
And one word is culture. We're not talking about Chinese culture. We're talking about you create a baseball culture. And that's important, but you got to get exposure to create that. You know, when you're a kid on the playground in my era and you're growing up, you're playing with your neighborhood gang every day, and you're playing softball one day and baseball the next day, and you got a rubber ball one day, and the next day it's a tennis ball, next day it's a wiffle ball, and then you get back to a baseball. Once that starts to rip, you tape it up, now you got a heavy baseball.
Change up is this
现
one.
在投变化球了，知道吧？
It takes time. Things take time. And there's a starting point for everything. But that's the evolution of developing a baseball culture. You know, they've got a great badminton culture in this country. They've got a great ping pong culture. That didn't happen in 15 minutes.
Cardinal pitchers. 红切投手.
红区的投手到那边去练投。
We're getting ready to play the big game. Reds and the A's. Itaro, Alomar, Winfield, Glavin. I see a lot of prospects. I see a lot of kids that, if they continue to develop, we might be reading about them, you know, with the national team, and then maybe in pro ball one day.
We're starting in a stadium. We're not starting in a cow pasture. You know, we're jumping off in an academy.
加油啊！要得分了，加油！耶！
高兴。啊，对，得分了。棒球能让我的脑子非常灵活，变得很聪明。信心，信心是最重要的。
努力练球，觉得比较有挑战性。
打棒的时候打得很远，非常振奋。
棒球很好的体现了一个团队合作的精神，这个是很重要的。就是说，每个队员9个队员要相互的信任，相互的彼此之间合作，才能够取得一场比赛的胜利。
我觉得棒球是一个比较有智力的一个游戏，就是在比赛的时候，除了运用你的技术之外，还要用你的智力去玩这个游戏。
哪方面都行。
When you look at it in that perspective, you got to get excited. Baseball is a game that's going to happen here.